You have exactly 30 days to pay off your balance, yet 60% of Americans fail to do it every single month. You think you are using a tool to build your future, but the bank sees you as a predictable revenue stream. You are playing a game where the house has calculated your next move before you even open your wallet. By the end of this, you will know exactly how to leverage credit cards for beginners to maximize your leverage without paying a single cent in interest. But here's the part nobody tells you. Most people believe credit cards are a luxury or a convenience. They think the rewards programs and the cash back offers are gifts from the bank. That is a lie. These are psychological hooks designed to encourage you to spend money you do not have. Banks are not charitable institutions. They are businesses built on your lack of discipline. Machiavelli warned about this centuries ago. He said that a wise prince must understand the nature of the people, but more importantly, he must understand the nature of his enemies. In your financial life, the bank is not your friend. The bank is a predator waiting for a mistake. Income is not power. Control is. I remember my first credit card. I saw it as free money. I swiped it for things I didn't need, convincing myself I could pay it off next month. I couldn't. I watched as the interest rates compounded, turning a small mistake into a recurring drain on my net worth. It took me years to understand that the bank was profiting from my ignorance. Machiavelli started making sense to me, not as philosophy, but as survival. And if this makes you uncomfortable, that is a good sign. Consider the history of the Rothschild family. They did not build their empire by spending what they earned. They built it by mastering the flow of debt and credit. They understood that money is a tool for those who control it and a shackle for those who are controlled by it. When Nathan Rothschild stood on the floor of the London Stock Exchange, he wasn't just buying stocks, he was maneuvering based on information and control. He knew that debt, when managed with precision, is the ultimate lever. That is not luck, that is strategy. The interest trap. Most beginners treat the minimum payment as a suggestion. It is not. It is a debt trap. Imagine your debt as a virus. It does not stay dormant, it replicates. The interest rate is the speed of that replication. If you only pay the minimum, you are giving the bank permission to eat your wealth alive. You must pay your balance in full every single month. No exceptions, no excuses. If you cannot afford to pay it off, you cannot afford the item. Control your spending. The reward illusion. Banks offer you points, miles, and cash back. Why? To make you spend more. It is a psychological trigger called the reciprocity bias. You feel like you owe them, so you spend more. The reward is a distraction. A 1% reward does not justify a 20% interest charge. Ignore the points. Focus on the math. The goal is to build credit, not to chase rewards. Treat the card like cash. If you don't have the cash, do not use the card. It is that simple. The utilization ratio. Your credit score is a measurement of your reliability, not your wealth. Banks look at your credit utilization ratio. If your limit is $10,000 and you spend $9,000, you look desperate. You look like a risk. Keep your utilization below 30%. Ideally, keep it below 10%. This signals that you have access to credit, but you do not need it. This is how you gain leverage. This is how you win. The due date game. Banks want you to miss your due date. They thrive on late fees. Automate your payments. Do not trust your memory. Set up an auto pay for the full balance every month. Remove the human element of error. When you remove the opportunity for mistakes, you remove the bank's ability to profit from your weakness. Be cold, be precise, be automated. The credit limit increase. Most people are afraid to ask for a limit increase. They think it will make them spend more. That is a lack of discipline. You should want a higher limit. A higher limit naturally lowers your utilization ratio, provided you do not change your spending habits. Call the bank, request the increase. If they say no, move on. If they say yes, keep your spending the same. It is a simple lever. Use it to improve your score without changing your lifestyle. The annual fee fallacy. Banks love to sell you premium cards with high annual fees. They promise status and luxury. Do you need status or do you need capital? For a beginner, a card with an annual fee is an unnecessary expense. Stick to the basics. Get a card with no annual fee. Maximize your credit history length without paying for the privilege. Status is expensive. Wealth is quiet. Choose wealth. The security shield. Credit cards are a better tool than debit cards for one reason: security. When a debit card is compromised, your money is gone. When a credit card is compromised, it is the bank's money. This gives you a layer of protection that is essential for long-term survival. Use your credit card for all your purchases, but treat it like a debit card. Pay it off immediately. Use their money, but protect your own. The Credit History Foundation. Your credit score is a long game. It is not built in a month or a year. It is a record of your consistency over time. Do not close your oldest credit cards. Even if you don't use them, they increase the average age of your credit accounts. A longer history is a signal of stability. Keep the accounts open. Keep the history alive. Build the foundation slowly. Do not rush. Precision is key. You are no longer the person who blindly swipes a card hoping for the best. You understand the game. You understand that the banks are not playing for your benefit. You have seen the trap, and you have chosen not to walk into it. That was then. This is now. You are in control. Most people will hear this and do nothing. They will continue to pay interest. They will continue to fall for the reward traps. They will continue to let the banks dictate their financial reality. A few will act. A few will take these strategies and build a foundation of credit that serves them for decades. Decide which one you are. If this shifted the way you see things, don't stop here. What you heard is only the surface. There is a depth to this game that most will never see. Subscribe. No fluff, no noise, just strategy. Most people will watch this and move on. A few will stay and change. Decide which one you are.